Hi, I'm Kevin Harrington, an original shark from Shark Tank. Ultimate Bundles connects you with the best teachers online.
My name is Lauren. So today I'm going to be talking about stress-free financial blueprint. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you struggle sticking to a budget? And which one of these can you relate to the most? Do you find yourself going over budget every month? Do you struggle affording your monthly expenses? And are you frustrated by your current financial situation? So today, like I said, I'm going to be teaching you about how to budget, create a budget that works. And I have 5 steps for you. The first step is to set your why. Why do you want to budget or get out of debt? Write down your why. So what your why is your goal. What do you want to do? Why do you want to do this? Not your financial goal, but your personal goal. Why do you want to budget and get out of debt? And so when you think about that, it's like a positive, like I want to help out my family. I want to be able to retire. I want to be able to give more, all of these things. But yet when we talk about what we're struggling with, it's so fear-based. Like, I'm never going to be able to retire. I'm never going to be able to pay off my house. I'm never going to be able to pay off. And then we make decisions that are impulsive, because I don't know about you, when I'm living in fear, I do things impulsively because I want to like control and like figure it all out. So I see that happen a lot with people when they jump in because they're afraid of what will happen if they don't. And then they start getting a little bit of progress towards their why, and then they quit because they're not afraid anymore. If you have your why, if you have that written down and you push through and you tackle it and you work hard towards it and you don't give up and you are satisfying that life goal, there's always going to be something for you to work on with your money. Always. And then fear doesn't matter, because you're going to get afraid and then you're going to be okay. But then you still have this why. So you're going to get you can just kind of go back and forth between that. So this is also important when you have to say no to buying things, because when you're saying no to buying things now and you have a why, you have a reason, you're actually saying yes to that why. You might be saying no. You might feel, I don't know, like for many years, like when I have 4 kids. And so for many years when we were getting out of debt and I was like really stressed about it, like I had to say to my kids a lot, like, I'm sorry, I can't buy that. I just don't have the money. But by saying no to them, I was saying yes to our future. So now into step 2, we're going to calculate. Calculate what you have been spending using your money. So now that you know your why and you know that what you're going to do with your budget, you can start actually looking at numbers. Calculate what you have been spending your money on. I recommend companies like Mint or Tiller to track your back spending. And this is going to help you in step 4. So you're going to see where you're overspending so that you can cut back and put it towards debt or just living, So one other reason why people fail at budgeting so often is because they just pull numbers out of thin air when they're making a budget. It's like they have all their bills, right? All of your bills are set aside. You know what you owe there. But things like groceries and going out to eat and extracurricular stuff, all of those things you might be overspending on. If you're overspending on food, welcome to the real life, because everybody does it. I'm telling you, like 99% of people that I help set their first budget are overspending on food. But if you don't know that you're overspending on food before you set your first budget, you're going to feel like you're being strangled in this first budget, right? Because your life is going to drastically change and you're going to be like, okay, whatever, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. It's too hard. So we're going to ease you into this a little bit. Let's ease you into the budget and show you some things on how to actually stick to it. So this is going to help you. And in the next step, you'll see why I'm having you do this. Because let's say you have been spending $1,000 a month eating out, and you decide to completely get it out of your budget, and you're going to coupon and spend $50 a week on groceries. And when you have been spending $400 a week on groceries, you're going to feel like you can't do this. I get it. So let me show you how to do this so that you can actually love your life and enjoy your life. So I'm going to talk about that in step 4. But for now, step 3, get organized. You're going to gather all your financial records together. That means all of your bank statements, all of your credit card statements, all of your bills, and you're going to organize it, and you're going to decide how to move forward. Now, you can use Tiller or Mint. Now, what Tiller is you sign up for it, and you sync it with your bank account, and then it goes into a Google Doc. So it's not like an app that you can use, but you can pull it up if you have Google Docs on your phone. And what it does is it syncs to your bank account, and all of your transactions from your bank account get poured into a spreadsheet where you get to categorize them, and then they can tell you how much you've been spending on it. If you like spreadsheets, that might be your thing. There's also Mint that you can get. That's a very awesome software. They have an app that's really easy to use, and that is cool because you can put in your credit cards, your debit cards. It'll remind you of when bills are due. It's a pretty robust platform that actually I'm giving a shot. I'm setting it up as we speak to try it out a little bit more to see how I like it. So step 4, now we're going to calculate the debt. You're going to write down all your debt and write down your minimum monthly payments. Now you know exactly where you're at. It's kind of like ripping the Band-Aid off. If you have a lot of debt and you don't know how much debt you have, this might be a little painful, but it's so worth it to know how to go forward. So you're going to start with your minimum monthly payment and add that to your budget. And then if you have extra, we're going to talk about that at the end, how to get rid of that debt. So write down all your debt. And step 5 is set a prospective budget. Okay. You might be wondering what a prospective budget is. This is a budget that goes a month ahead of time. So, for example, I set my budget. I do my budget the last Sunday of every month, and I set it for the next month. So, next Sunday, the 31st, I will be doing my budget for April. Now, you can set a yearly budget. I don't personally do that because I think life happens and I need to be able to roll with things. So when I set my budget, I set it month per month. So set your budget for the month ahead. This helps you see where you need to spend your money that month. See where you can cut back your spending, what you need to cancel or stop doing, and make sure to give yourself a little wiggle room. So now what? So now you've set your budget, right? You've set your budget. You have all of your bills in there. You've figured out how much money you're spending on food, groceries, all of that. If you decide and get to the end of your budget and you realize that you're $1,000 over budget, you've got to find places where you can cut back. For years, I didn't have cable. For years, I couponed for our groceries. For years, I didn't do extracurricular stuff. We didn't go out to eat because we were saying no to those things so that we could say the best yes to our why. So another thing that I like to teach people to do in your budget so that you feel like you can live is to give yourself a little wiggle room. Give yourself some miscellaneous money. For example, even $5 a week to give yourself a cup of coffee and go and really enjoy that cup of coffee. Because that's your treat for the week. But you have to put it in the budget in order to spend it. That's the key. You can't just give yourself like $100 and then go not put it in the budget and take out of your grocery money. That's not the way it works. Okay, so now what? Now you've got your budget in place and you're wondering if you can actually stick to it this time. I'm going to teach you a little trick that I teach people. What you're going to do is you're going to do this budget for 3 months, okay? And then you're going to restart steps 2 through 5. So what that's going to do is that you're going to go back and you're going to see where your spending changed over those 3 months. Did you still spend too much on eating out? Did you still spend too much on going out to the bar or whatever? Because that's going to show you where you need to focus. You're going to say, okay, I have a problem at Target. Maybe I should cut up my Target Red Card for a few months and stay out of the store. And this is also going to show you where you can cut back even more. If you didn't spend all of your money in a category, like there's been months where I'm like, geez, I didn't spend all of my miscellaneous money. Maybe I can cut back and put that towards credit card debt. So this will show you sometimes you set your budget too high and you realize you didn't need all of that. So you can take that money and put it towards a credit card. So this is why you're going to do this. You're going to set the first budget. You're going to give yourself 3 months and then you're going to restart steps 2 through 3. And you can do it even 3 months at a time and reset. Okay, so now with that blueprint for success that you have, I've shown you, I'm going to go over the steps one more time. I've shown you how to come up with your why. I've shown you how to calculate your debts. I've shown you how to get organized. I've shown you how to set that prospective budget, and I've also shown you how to categorize your debt, your previous spending habits. So that's like the bulk of how to create a budget so that A, you enjoy your life, and B, you say yes to the best things and say no to the things that aren't going to get you to that why.